The Bible, while primarily a spiritual and historical text, contains references to a variety of mysterious creatures that have intrigued scholars, theologians, and readers for centuries. These beings, some explicitly described, others hinted at through poetic or symbolic language, range from awe-inspiring heavenly entities to fearsome earthly monsters. Below, I'll explore each of these mysterious creatures, delving into their biblical descriptions, possible meanings, and the fascination they've sparked over time. This will be a detailed journey, so settle in for an expansive exploration. 1. Cherubim. Biblical references: Genesis 3 verse 24, Ezekiel 10 verses 1 to 22, Exodus 25 verses 18 to 22. Description: cherubim, singular, cherub, are among the most enigmatic beings in the Bible. Far from the chubby, winged babies of Renaissance art, biblical cherubim are formidable, otherworldly guardians. In Genesis, after Adam and Eve are expelled from Eden, God places cherubim with a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. Ezekiel's vision offers a vivid, surreal portrait: creatures with 4 faces, human, lion, ox, and eagle, 4 wings covered in eyes, and a radiant, fiery appearance as they move like flashes of lightning. In the tabernacle and temple, their likenesses are crafted atop the Ark of the Covenant, symbolizing God's presence. Explanation and fascination: cherubim seem to embody divine power and protection, serving as sentinels of sacred spaces. Their multi-faced, eye-covered form suggests omniscience and authority over creation: lion for strength, ox for service, eagle for swiftness, human for intellect. Scholars debate their origins, with some linking them to Mesopotamian guardian figures like the Lamassu, winged, multi-headed beings carved into ancient palaces. Their surreal appearance has fueled speculation: are they literal beings, symbolic representations of God's attributes, or echoes of ancient Near Eastern mythology adapted into Hebrew theology? Their role as gatekeepers to paradise lingers in the imagination, evoking a sense of awe and mystery. 2. Seraphim. Biblical reference: Isaiah 6 verses 1 to 7. Description: the seraphim, singular, seraph, meaning burning one, appear in Isaiah's vision of God's throne. These beings have 6 wings, 2 cover their faces, 2 cover their feet, and 2 are used to fly. They hover above God's throne, crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts." Their fiery nature is emphasized when one uses tongs to take a burning coal from the altar to purify Isaiah's lips. Explanation and fascination: the seraphim are celestial attendants, radiating holiness and divine glory. Their 6-winged form and fiery essence evoke a sense of overwhelming purity, too radiant for even themselves to fully behold God. The act of purifying Isaiah suggests a role as mediators between the divine and human realms. Some see parallels with winged serpents in Egyptian or Babylonian iconography, while others interpret seraph as linked to the Hebrew word for serpent, suggesting a serpentine, fiery form. Their brief but vivid appearance has inspired countless artistic depictions, from blazing angels to dragon-like entities, cementing their status as one of the Bible's most ethereal mysteries. 3. Leviathan. Biblical references: Job 41, Psalm 74 verse 14, Isaiah 27 verse 1. Description: Leviathan is a colossal sea monster, a chaotic force of nature tamed only by God. In Job, it's described in jaw-dropping detail: scales like shields, a mouth ringed with fearsome teeth, breath that kindles coals, and a wake that churns the deep. Psalm 74 mentions God crushing its multiple heads.
Before we delve in deeper, please take 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on similar videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Back to our discussion.
While Isaiah calls it the twisting serpent and dragon of the sea, prophesying its ultimate defeat. Explanation and fascination: Leviathan embodies primordial chaos, a creature of untamed power that only God can subdue. Its multi-headed, serpentine form echoes myths like the Babylonian Tiamat or Canaanite Lawton, suggesting a cultural backdrop where sea monsters symbolized cosmic disorder. Is it a literal beast, perhaps a crocodile, whale, or extinct megalosaur, or a metaphor for evil and rebellion? Some see it as Satan's avatar, especially given its defeat in apocalyptic texts. Its vivid imagery has inspired everything from medieval bestiaries to modern fantasy, where it reigns as the ultimate sea terror. 4. Behemoth. Biblical reference, Job 40 verses 15 to 24. Description: Behemoth is Leviathan's terrestrial counterpart, a land-dwelling colossus of unmatched strength. God describes it to Job as a creature that eats grass like an ox, with a tail like a cedar tree, bones like bronze, and a habitat among reeds and rivers. It's portrayed as a peaceful yet invincible giant, unafraid of floods or human attempts to capture it. Explanation and fascination: Behemoth's identity is hotly debated. Is it a hippopotamus, elephant, or something more mythical? The tail like a cedar puzzles scholars, as neither hippos nor elephants have towering tails, leading some to propose a dinosaur, like a sauropod, or a symbolic beast of creation's might. Unlike Leviathan, Behemoth isn't overtly evil, it's a testament to God's creative power, a marvel too vast for human control. Its enigmatic nature has made it a staple in discussions of biblical zoology and a symbol of nature's untouchable grandeur. 5. The Four Living Creatures. Biblical references: Ezekiel 1 verses 5 to 14, Revelation 4 verses 6 to 8. Description: These beings appear in both Ezekiel's and John's visions, with striking similarities to the cherubim yet distinct enough to stand apart. Ezekiel sees four beings with human-like forms, each with four faces: man, lion, ox, eagle, four wings, and bodies covered in eyes, moving in unison with wheels beneath them. In Revelation, they surround God's throne, each with one face, lion, ox, man, eagle, 6 wings, and eyes all over, ceaselessly praising God. Explanation and fascination: These creatures blend terror and reverence, embodying the harmony of creation under divine command. Their four faces are often linked to the four Gospels or the cardinal directions, symbolizing universality. The wheels in Ezekiel, themselves a mystery, spinning, eye-covered, and spirit-driven, add a layer of cosmic machinery, hinting at a universe alive with divine purpose. Are they a higher rank of cherubim, or a unique order? Their eye-covered, multiformed presence has captivated mystics and artists, suggesting a reality beyond human comprehension. 6. The Nephilim. Biblical references: Genesis 6 verses 1 to 4, Numbers 13:33. Description: The Nephilim are shadowy figures born from sons of God, often interpreted as fallen angels, and human women. Called mighty men of old and men of renown, they appear before the flood, hinting at a race of giants or demigods. In Numbers, spies describe the inhabitants of Canaan as Nephilim-like, so tall that the Israelites felt like grasshoppers. Explanation and fascination: The Nephilim blur the line between human and divine, sparking endless debate. Were they literal angel-human hybrids, a corrupted elite, or a mythic memory of ancient warriors? Extra-biblical texts like the Book of Enoch expand their story, portraying them as violent giants whose wickedness triggered the flood. Their brief mentions ignite curiosity about a lost world of supernatural beings, influencing tales of titans and gods in other cultures. They remain a tantalizing riddle, proof, perhaps, of a stranger biblical past. 7. The Dragon/Serpent. Biblical references: Revelation 12 verses 3 to 9, Genesis 3, Isaiah 27 verse 1. Description: The dragon is most prominent in Revelation as a great red dragon with 7 heads, 10 horns, and a tail that sweeps stars from the sky, identified as Satan, the ancient serpent who deceived Eve. Isaiah's twisting serpent ties it to Leviathan, while Genesis' cunning serpent sets the stage for this cosmic adversary. Explanation and fascination: This creature evolves from a subtle trickster to an apocalyptic monster, embodying evil's progression. Its 7 heads and horns evoke chaos gods like Tiamat, while its defeat mirrors ancient victory myths. Is it a literal dragon, a spiritual entity, or both? Its vivid imagery has shaped Western views of Satan as a horned, scaled terror, fueling art, literature, and theology with its fiery menace. 8. The Beasts of Revelation. Biblical reference, Revelation 13 verses 1-18. Description: 2 beasts emerge in John's vision, one from the sea, with 10 horns, 7 heads, and a leopard-bear-lion hybrid form, the other from the earth, with 2 horns like a lamb but a dragon's voice. They wield power, deceive nations, and enforce the infamous Mark of the Beast. Explanation and fascination: these beasts symbolize oppressive empires or antichrist figures, blending animal traits to evoke dread and unnaturalness. The sea beast recalls Leviathan and Daniel's 4 beasts, Daniel 7, while the land beast's lamb-like deception chills with its subtlety. Their cryptic details, numbers, horns, heads, have spawned endless interpretations, from Roman emperors to modern conspiracies. They're a masterclass in apocalyptic mystery, gripping readers with their grotesque grandeur. 9. The Living Wheels, Ophanim. Biblical reference, Ezekiel 1 verses 15-21, Ezekiel 10 verses 9-13. Description: often overshadowed by the 4 living creatures they accompany, the Ophanim, Hebrew 4 wheels, are a marvel in Ezekiel's vision. These are not mere chariot wheels but living entities, towering, concentric wheels within wheels, their rims covered with eyes, gleaming like beryl, a radiant gemstone, and moving in any direction without turning. They're infused with the spirit of the living creatures, suggesting a symbiotic connection, and they accompany God's throne as it moves like a storm. Explanation and fascination: the Ophanim stretch the imagination. Are they a separate class of angelic beings or an extension of the cherubim? Their wheel-within-wheel design evokes a gyroscope or cosmic mechanism, hinting at the intricate order of the universe under divine control. The eyes suggest omniscience, mirroring the cherubim and seraphim, while their ceaseless motion reflects God's omnipresence. Some Jewish mystical traditions, like the Kabbalah, elevate the Ophanim to a distinct angelic order, dubbing them the wheels of the chariot. Their alien, mechanical yet alive nature has inspired sci-fi-esque interpretations, from celestial UFOs to living engines of creation, making them one of the Bible's most otherworldly enigmas. 10. The Flying Serpent. Biblical references, Isaiah 14 verse 29, Isaiah 30 verse 6, Numbers 21:6-9. Description: Isaiah warns of a fiery flying serpent rising from Philistia, while a similar oracle describes a caravan traversing a land of flying serpents amid danger. In Numbers, God sends fiery serpents, sometimes translated as venomous snakes, to punish the Israelites, later instructing Moses to craft a bronze serpent on a pole to heal those bitten, a symbol later echoed by Jesus, John 3 verse 14. Explanation and fascination: are these literal winged snakes, supernatural beings, or poetic exaggeration? The fiery aspect could imply venom, brilliance, or a divine glow, while flying suggests either literal flight or swift, darting movement. Some tie them to seraphim, burning ones, noting the serpent connection, or to Near Eastern myths of winged dragons like the Egyptian Uraeus. The bronze serpent, called Nehushtan in later texts, 2 Kings 18 verse 4, became an object of worship, adding a layer of mystery. Did it retain some divine power? These serpents slither between natural and mythical realms, their ambiguity sparking tales of desert terrors and divine judgment. 11. The Horned Beasts of Daniel. Biblical reference, Daniel 7 verses 3-8, Daniel 8 verses 3-8. Description: Daniel's visions teem with bizarre beasts. In chapter 7, 4 creatures rise from the sea: a lion with eagle's wings, a bear with ribs in its mouth, a leopard with 4 heads and wings, and a terrifying 4th beast with iron teeth, 10 horns, and a speaking horn that grows among them. In chapter 8, a ram with two uneven horns battles a goat with a prominent horn that shatters and splits into four. Explanation and fascination. These beasts are apocalyptic symbols, likely representing empires, Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, yet their grotesque forms captivate beyond allegory. The fourth beast's little horn that speaks blasphemies prefigures Revelation's beasts, hinting at an Antichrist figure. The hybrid nature, lions with wings, multi-headed leopards, echoes chaos monsters of ancient lore, while the horns signify power and succession. Their vividness fuels endless decoding. Are they purely symbolic, or did Daniel glimpse real entities from a spiritual plane? Their legacy endures in prophecy and art, as harbingers of upheaval and divine triumph. 12. The Demon Locusts. Biblical reference, Revelation 9 verses 3 to 11. Description: emerging from the abyss during the fifth trumpet, these locusts are no ordinary insects. They have human faces, women's hair, lion's teeth, iron breastplates, and scorpion tails that sting with tormenting venom for 5 months. Their wings roar like chariots, and they're led by a king named Abaddon, Hebrew, or Apollyon, Greek, meaning destroyer. Explanation and fascination. These locusts blend natural horror with supernatural dread, a plague amplified to apocalyptic extremes. Their hybrid form, part insect, part beast, part human, evokes a nightmarish invasion, perhaps symbolizing demonic forces or human armies imbued with evil. Abaddon's leadership ties them to the underworld, amplifying their menace. Are they literal creatures of the end times or a visionary metaphor for suffering? Their grotesque detail has inspired everything from medieval woodcuts to modern horror, cementing their place as one of Revelation's most chilling mysteries.